Community Development Trust, I'd like to welcome you all here to this traditional and variety concert here tonight. The concert is in aid of the Development Trust to raise funds for the printing of the Glendarragh News and other items that they are covering over the next year. I'd like to thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy the concert. We have a group of young and old artists who are going to entertain you tonight. And we start off our concert with a group of young musicians from the parish who are attending the Sean Nugent's traditional class and Dakota's class in Irvinstown. And they're going to start off with a selection of jigs, and then they're going to play a selection of reels. And I'd like you to put your hands together for 6 youngsters from the parish who are going to entertain you. Put your hands together and give them a big round. very, very much, those 6 lovely children who have played that selection. Now we move on to a young fella here from Ederney who needs no introduction, and he's going to dance a reel. He's from the McNamee School of Dancing here, and I'd like you to put your hands together for Damien McKeever. And the music will be played by Billy Rushe on the accordion and Sean Nugent on the fiddle. Right, Damien, thank you very, very much. Very well danced. Now, we have 2 artists on the stage, and they're going to be joined by another gentleman from Ederney, and they're going to play a selection. Put your hands together for Billy Rushe, Sean Nugent, and Ernie. Ernie, where are you? continue the first half of our concert now with a group of young dancers from the McNamee School of Dancing, and they're going to dance a fairy reel. So I'd like you to put your hands together, and the music has been supplied again by Billy Rushe and Sean Nugent. Those dancers were from the McNamee School of Dancing. And now we finish off our first half with a group of very small young musicians from the area who are being taught to play traditional music by Sean Nugent. And there are 9 of them altogether. So if you give us a few moments to get the stage set up, we'll be ready to roll. Young musicians from the area who are going to play 2 polkas and 2 jigs. be a short break of 10 minutes. But before you move from your seats, boys and girls, could I ask you to come back into your seats again? Back into your seats a wee minute, please. Back into your seats. During the interval, there's a presentation to take place, and that presentation is being made by Brendan Gallagher. I think he's in the hall. Brendan, are you about? Good, come ahead, Brendan. During the Christmas period, the Glendarragh Community Development Trust had a raffle, and the draw was made, but the presentation wasn't made. And I'll hand over to Brendan Gallagher. He will tell you who the winner is, and he will do the presentation. So put your hands together for Brendan Gallagher.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I just take this opportunity to welcome Channel 4 Television to Ederney on your behalf and on behalf of the Trust. We think we negotiate with them for the rest of the television rights for our concerts in the future. Maybe we could sell them. We had a draw before Christmas for to raise funds for our activities up in the Ederney Trust. The winner of the first prize was 𝗘𝗡𝗝𝗢𝗠𝗘. Aideen. It's 2 pieces of Milligan. Thank you, Conor.
Thank you all for supporting the draw.
Everybody back into their seats, please. I'm steaming up here. While they're waiting for them to get back into the seats, I'd like to tell you a wee yarn. It's not dirty. Once upon a time there were 2 brothers, and their main object in life was drinking. Everything they got, they drank. Typical. Anyway, money was running out, and just by good luck, an old uncle of theirs died. They left them a farm of land and a greyhound. They sold the farm of land, and after 6 or 7 months, the money was nearly all done. And Mickey turns to Paddy and he says, "Paddy, we have got to get some more money. And the only way we can get money is to sell the greyhound." Paddy turns to Mickey and says, "Hold on a minute. You can't sell a greyhound unless it's been tried. And we can't try the greyhound around here, because if we do, the greyhound's a dud. We'll be the laughing stock of the country." "Because," he says, "you're right. I'll tell you what you do, Mick. You take the greyhound over to London, go to the White City, try him out in the trials, and if he's good, we'll get a good price when you bring him back." So off he goes. Paddy left him to the boat, and he said the last words he says, "Now, when you try the dog out, send me a message, but send it in code to make sure that if it's bad news, that the postmistress and the postman will not know." Fair enough. Off he goes. 2 days later, telegram arrives. "Dear Paddy, SF, 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 SF. Mick scratched the head. What in the name of God is that? And he tried the whole day to decipher the code, and he couldn't make it out. So eventually he came into the town on the bicycle, lifted the phone, rang the brother in no time. He says, "Well, what happened?" He says, "Did you not get the telegram?" "I did," he says, "but I don't understand one damn word it says." "Simple," he said. SF, 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 SF. What does it mean? Started favoured, strongly fancied, slipped and fell. Shut the fucker. See you Friday. Right, ladies and gentlemen, off we go with the second half of our show. We start off with a young group who are making great names for themselves in the area. Will you welcome, put your hands together and welcome the Milligan Brothers Country and Western Band.
See.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be here tonight to do a bit of entertainment for you. So we're going to continue on with one entitled, This Song's Just For You.
I don't care if for you. I don't care if the world can't hear a thing. If it's never number one or two, I just want to tell you how much I love you. So darling, this song's just for you. Yes, darling, this song's just for you.
Right, I'm going to do one now that's quite popular for Hugo Duncan. We're going to do one entitled You'll Do For Me. You'll do for me, you'll do for me, I'll do for you. There will never be anyone else but you. I want the world to know it's true. You'll do for me, honey, what I'll do for you. Well, the first time I saw you, I knew there would never be anyone else but you. And the first time I held you, I knew you'll do for me, honey, what I'll do for you. You'll do for me, what I'll do for you. There will never be anyone else but you. I want the world to know it's true. You'll do for me, honey, what I'll do for you. The first time I kissed you, I knew there would never be anyone else but you. And the first time I touched you, I knew you'll do for me, honey, what I'll do for you. You'll do for me, what I'll do for you. There will never be anyone else but you. I want the world to know it's true. You'll do for me, honey, what I'll do for you. You'll do for me, what I'll do for you. There will never be anyone else but you. I want the world to know it's true. You'll do for me, honey, what I'll do for you. You'll do for me, honey, what I'll do for you. Way up in the north and old time road, there's a pretty little girl upon my home, the sweetest rose that Ireland's ever grown. I'm sure as the moon and stars above, I'm falling heavy rains and love with a pretty little girl from Omaha in the county of Cairo. She wears my ring and tells her friends she's gonna marry me. Best of all, she tells them all she's happy as can be. Oh, lucky me. Well, I don't know what she's done to me. There's nothing else my eyes can see but the pretty little girl from Omaha in the county of Cairo. There's cute little girls in Ulster Band, they're just as pretty in Monaghan. Yes, to every role that I can know. I guess it was my lucky day. She came there on her holidays, the pretty little girl from Omaha in the county of Cairo. She wears my ring and tells her friends she's gonna marry me. Best of all, she tells them all she's happy as can be. Oh, lucky me. Well, she came there on her holidays, the pretty little girl from Oman in the county of Cairo. She wears my ring, tells the friend she's going to marry me. Best of all, she tells them all she's happy as can be. Oh, baby, they let them know what she's done to me. There's nothing else my eyes can see but the pretty little girl from Oman in the county of Cairo. That pretty little girl from Oman in the county of Cairo. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll tell you one thing, I could jive to that right now. And Christina's not sitting there laughing, and she knows that too. Right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Milligan brothers. They're fantastic. Now, they're going to back a young lady who needs no introduction to the people in this community. Will you put your hands together for Eleanor McGrath?
Another one.
Fall Hill way down by the road. I picture a line at the end of the road, and closing my eyes I can see through the dark the dream that is in my heart. A little loving, a little giving, to build a dream for the world we live in. A little patience and understanding for our tomorrow. A little peace, a little sunshine, a sea of gladness to wash away all the tears of sadness. A little hoping, a little praying for our tomorrow. A little peace. I feel I'm a leaf in the November snow. I fell to the ground, there was no one below. So now I am helpless, alone with my song, just wishing the storm was done. A little loving, a little giving, to build a dream for the world we live in. A little patience and understanding for our tomorrow. A little peace, a little sunshine, a sea of gladness to wash away all the tears of sadness. A little hoping, a little praying for our tomorrow. A little peace. We are feathers on the breeze. Sing with me my song of peace. We are feathers on the breeze. Sing with me my song of peace. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Dodie, come out wherever you are. The last song. So I want to first of all say, put your hands together for Eleanor McGrath there. Come on.
Oh, you took my car and you took my money, done me wrong, and that ain't funny. Let me stand here looking silly. Jump aboard the sailplane, wave at me to the window pane, left me with my arms full of empty. Well, I'm so sick and tired of getting up, so thick and tired. Tired of dirty clothes and dirty patience. Tired of all the peace of mind that drives me up the walls. I'm tired of getting arms full of empty. Oh, you took my car and you took my money, done me wrong, but that ain't funny. Left me stand here looking silly. Jump aboard the sailplane, wave with me to the window pane, left me with my arms full of empty. Well now, darling, if you will come back, I promise you that I won't be back. For I never once want to hold grudges, 'cause I ain't had no tender loving arms since you've been gone. I've only had two arms full of empty. Oh, you took my car and you took my money, got me wrong, that ain't funny. Let me stand here looking silly. family's home surrounded by dear friends, with all the wealth and charity can bring. But I seem to be ungrateful to God for many things, like the many gifts and exiles hard to cheer. All my heart's on here, I can never be erased. I can never call this country my own. All my heart keeps going westward with every passing breeze, to the cottage on the island got it roll. You know I'm tired of this same life, but no one's but sin. And even I lay down my heavy load, just to sit and be some comfort till the remainder of my days. And the cottage on the island got it roll. Goodbye, good luck, and may God bless you. May you find what you're searching for. May the guardian angel go with you as you walk away from my door. Oh, I made my first big mistake here, when I tried to be something that I can't. And I can't live this life any longer, and I can't be something that I ain't. Goodbye, good luck, and may God bless you. May you find what you're searching for. May the guardian angel go with you as you walk away from this door. As you walk away from my door.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll have to give them a few minutes to get the stage right off again. And we're back to a few traditional items of dancing and singing. I'm out of breath. And I know why Will's laughing. I was. The music was good. We had a bit of a jive backstage. Right, our next item is two young dancers, and they're going to dance a traditional set dance. And the name of the dance is called the Blackbird. So, if you give us a few minutes till we get the stage ready, we'll get the two children out. For Francis Monaghan and Claire McKeever, who are going to dance the Blackbird. three youngsters from the area who, at the All-Ireland Fla last year, came third in a trio. We have Gerald Durnin on the two-row accordion, We have Joanne McCaffrey on the tin whistle and Janette Durnin on the fiddle. And I'd like you to put your hands together and give them a warm welcome. They're going to play a selection of tunes.
We're going to play 2 jigs and a reel, and we're starting off with Joe Buck's jig.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, those three youngsters deserve a round of applause. Come on. now we have a group of 8 adults who are going to do some set dancing. And they're starting off with 2 figures of the casual set, and then they will continue with 2 figures of the plain set. The casual set originates from Tipperary, and the plain set originates from County Clare. So, a few minutes just till we get the stage cleared back.
The first figure has one set.
Slides.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, give your hand there for the set dancers. That our set dance. 2 more items to go, and I'm sure you'll be glad to hear it. The second last item are 5 youngsters from the class, and don't say dancing again. Yes, it's dancing again. And then we finish off with comedy, and comedy at its highest. I'll tell you a little bit later on. Right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 children from the McNamee dancing class, and they're going to dance a heavy jig. And there's 4 girls and 1 boy. And the music will be supplied once again by Billy Rushe and Sean Nugent, or Sean Nugent and Billy Rushe.
safe in this house tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strip jack naked. First thing off the fire. Oh! God, there's the moment! God, get the house clean quick! Come on, hurry up! Get the house clean! Come on, get money over here! Put that chair way up there! for the road, and about the jolly Dutchman on the plains of Waterloo. If you don't believe the words I say, come on to Extra, he'll clear the way.
Here comes Extra. Set your mind I've never saw. Trail rock and trail rail, trail as spring wind. Trail like a cover, trail near summer, trail sheep tank fold. Such a man of the road. You don't read words I say, and Green Day music to the way.
Here comes a Green Day. With my missing in a rally for that fight. My head has been away and my body made a sting. And when there's a man already for the fight. You believe the words I say, then Prince George will clear the way.
Here comes Prince George. Coming on, I have seen him. My front stuff, what staying, I don't give a damn and fight again. If England's right and I'm wrong, where's the man before me, son? I'm the man before you, son. And here you shall come before me, church. Well, here for it. I'm here for a fight here. Right, John's before the fight, no fight right sword, I got him right, that's why he's lying on the floor.
Where's the north? Where's the long way on the drive? What can you do to God?
for a while to these dear lands I mentioned. Here in this country no longer I can stay. Sure, my passage is paid and the big ship is ready for to bear me across the Atlantic broad sea. Now you'll come, lovely Mary, my own bonny lassie. Don't be afraid of the storm on yon sea. When we land there, sure we'll always have plenty on the bright lands of freedom called sweet liberty. So now I must go and leave my own country, for to seek for employment in some foreign land, leaving my home and the country that I was born in, for to still as a stranger in some foreign clime. Now there's whiskey in Dublin that's 6 per neggin, sold in New York at 1 penny per glass. There is rum in this town and they call it merrily. We will call in and drink every day as we pass. Now you'll come, lovely Mary, my own bonny lassie. Don't be afraid of the storm on yon sea. When we land there, sure we'll always have plenty on the bright lands of freedom called sweet liberty.
Take the north side there.
Fire.
I'd be back looking at the hat on. This monologue epitomises life in Belfast about 40 years ago, and maybe you can decide for yourselves whether it's any different today or not. It's called 𝗘𝗡𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘. Okay, Sean. You mind my wee lad Sammy, the best wee lad you'd meet. It only seems like yesterday was running round this street. Ah, of course you mind wee Sammy. Of course you mind him well. So we used to run the messages for Henderson's Hotel. Aye, that was my wee Sammy. He was wee as wee lads go. But a desperate lad for fighting. He would clatter, friend or foe. Of course there was never nothing to it, just a bit of childish fun. And there was never no hard feelings, no matter who lost or who won. Until this young lad Declan moved into our wee street, and he would pick a row with Sammy nearly every time they'd meet. And I warned him against young Declan and told him to avoid him like the plague. They hardly need to mention young Declan was a tig. And evening after evening, when coming home from school, he would pick a row with Sammy about religion as a rule. Then one word would borrow another. One orange and one green, and Sammy would curse his holiness and Declan slag the Queen. Then the fists go flying, as they'd often done before, and they'd fight for faith and freedom till they couldn't fight no more. Soon wee Sammy left, his school days far behind, and he forgot about young Declan. He had other things to mind. Until one Saturday evening, coming out of Windsor Park, I heard a Glen supporter make a cutting out remark. And he thought he recognised the voice, and as young man came past, Sammy nearly fainted. It was Declan, to the last. And Declan recognised wee Sammy. As your man came up, says he, "You orange blackmouth," says Sam, "You pippish pup." Then one word brought on another. One orange and one green, and Sammy cursed his holiness, and Declan slagged the Queen. Then the fists went flying, as they'd often done before, and they fought for faith and freedom till they couldn't fight no more. It was only a chance encounter, and Sammy soon forgot. And he had other things to think about, redundancy and that, and the place where he was working was sinking very low. And then, one Friday evening, wee Sammy was told he'd have to go. No job and not much prospects. He was in a shocking state. They felt the only answer was for him to emigrate. I tried to talk him out of it, but he wouldn't change his mind. So he sailed off to America to see what he could find. Then later on he wrote and told me he was driving in New York with a lovely motor car all his own and a flat beside his work. But the man that said, "This world is small," sure talked a lot of sense. For Sammy wrote and told me of a strange coincidence. One evening in Manhattan, he was walking down the street when he met the one man in this world that he thought he would never meet. It was Declan, as sure as blazes. The tig he used to know. Declan nearly fainted when wee Sam stopped and said hello. They exchanged some friendly greetings, as they often used to do, and then they went into the nearest pub and had a drink or two. And then one word brought on another. One orange and one green, and Sammy cursed his holiness, and Declan slagged the Queen. And then the fists went flying, as they'd often done before, and they fought for faith and freedom till they couldn't fight no more. Then they stopped. and they started laughing. And they laughed till their sides were sore when they thought about the things that mattered and the life they had known before. And every week I got a letter, each one better than the last, but somehow I had a funny feeling that wee Sammy was lonely for Belfast. More and more, he wrote of Ireland and the people that he knew, and the letters sounded lonely, and they made me lonely too. Then the letters stopped coming, and by God I wondered why. I even wrote and asked him, but I never got no reply. Then last week I got a letter, and it went on to explain that Sammy and young Declan had confronted once again. Of course there'd been some trouble, that was natural, so to speak, but this time it was different, as the letter said last week. This time they had fought together, young Declan and wee Sam. They fought and died as friends together on a hillside in Vietnam. Thank you.
There's been a hiding dance all night. And there's some fine strapping woman here, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately all good things must come to an end, and that is our final act for the night. Now before we depart, I would like to take this opportunity and thanking each and every one of the artists who came along here tonight, both young and old, on behalf of the Ederney the Community Development Association. I'd like to thank the musicians, the singers, the dancers, and everybody who took part, those who helped to organise it, and those who did the door. And last but not least, I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming along and giving us your support to raise funds for the association. I don't know what any of the people from the association would like to say a few words. I haven't been told whether they were or not. I don't see anybody making a move, so I suppose all I can say is good night, God bless. Thank you very much for coming along, and for God's sake, watch the roads on your way home. Drive carefully. And I'd like you to put your hands together for the Channel 4 group who came along here to record it and who are spending a few days here recording, televising and recording different things in the area. I'd like to put your hands together and give them a hearty applause. I suppose there is there's one question you all want to know, and that is, have they any idea of when it's going to be shown on television? Could you give me?
Hopefully about between April and May, but we'll drop the Ederney Trust line and let them know exactly.
Right, it'll be between April and May sometime. They will let the Ederney Trust know when it's on, and so you'll make sure that you'll not miss any of the recordings that they have made. Now, as you know, they've recorded a lot of stuff here. Now, it will not all be used. As you understand, the programme was only half an hour, and they'll be recording for 3 days, I think it is. So that when it's edited, there might only be maybe a couple of minutes of the concert, maybe more, I don't know. It's entirely up to them. But once again, thank them very, very much for coming along and putting Ederney on the map. And that's hope. And I do hope that they enjoy their stay. Unfortunately, the weather has not been good. And I hope that they enjoy the rest of their stay here with us. And once again, on the association's behalf, thank you very much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the night. Good night. God bless. Good night.